Hello and welcome to another update video about Jasmy. Jasmy is definitely in an uptrend at the moment and has been for a while. What I'm tracking here on the 4-hour chart is this ascending trend line. Added this today to the chart because I think it gives us another level of reference together with the relevant Fib levels. I can take out this lower Fibonacci support area. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. That was a great setup, and I'm hoping that something will happen to this smaller support area as well, which I have on the chart. We could use the relevant Fibonacci levels together with the trend lines for some, let's say, for some additional, for some areas, to identify some areas of interest, areas of confluence, and then we could use breakout signals to look for an entry, for example, just as an idea. What I'm looking at here on this chart is obviously we have the wave 4 low in place from the 1st of May. The market rallied in only 3 waves up, and I'm looking at another 4-5 pattern. So I'd like to see one more high in wave 5. We are now likely in a wave 4. And again, you see it from this wave 4, you know, these wave 4s, they can really test our patience. I mean, there is no sign at all, nothing objective to say that this correction is finished. But I'm just looking at some options here. So if we say this is a wave 4, I mean, that's the base case, right, from an Elliott wave point of view. I've got this ascending trend line. I mean, that's surely relevant. You know, in addition to that, I've got two Fibonacci support levels. I've got 3.08 cents and 2.75 as next levels to watch. I did mention already that ideally the price doesn't even break below the 50% Fib level. So it ideally holds here for an impulse at 2.75 cents. And if we follow this corrective price channel to the downside, and we see this ascending price channel, we see here the 50% Fib level could really offer some good support. Yeah? This is where they meet. Now, these are only areas of interest, areas where we could be watching for a bounce, yeah, especially the 3.08 cent level next. And then I need to see a break minimally above the upper boundary line of the trend channel. I mean, that's all that is a signal. But there's no point waiting for a first 5-wave move up here, because if we get a 5-wave move up, we're probably already at the wave 5 target of 5 cents plus, yeah. The only question is, could we get an earlier signal? So we could try to draw some other trend lines, but I don't think we can actually, because we've broken below that. I don't see any other way of drawing maybe a trend line. There are some additional support levels here, but they are basically the Fib levels, okay? So yeah, I think that the earliest signal that we can get that the correction here is over is a break out of this corrective price channel to the upside. I don't have a reliable micro count here. I mean, this could be the AB, and then this is a 1, 2, and we're now coming down in wave 3 of C. There should still be a 4-5 pattern. Maybe it's the WXY. Maybe the A wave is here. It's also possible. But that's not so important at this stage, because there is no way to clearly say, okay, it's this or the other. We are in a correction. The ABC pattern is the most likely scenario. This here looks like 5 waves down. So I'm looking at this as a possible wave 1 of C, but this is just highly unreliable if we add a micro count like that. Yeah, but that is sort of how it would ideally unfold, I think. So there's still a little bit of, it still has some wiggle room. Yeah, still have some more space to the downside, some more downside business to do. But don't treat these as predictive. I mean, what the Elliott wave count tells us is that if we get a break above this wave too high, that's an invalidation point for further downside in this micro count. But I think the trend line will give us an earlier signal, basically. Yeah. So that's sort of how I see Jasmy. Still looking at further upside trend continuation, but I don't see this correction as finished yet. Next breakdown point, you could say, is basically the price we are currently at. It's at 3.34 cents. Breaking below this level should send us down to 3.08. and then 2.75 cents. And then next upside resistance, I mean, if we zoom out a little bit, there isn't really any key well, yeah, there is actually. Oh, yeah. It's this 4.9 cent level that we could watch. Yeah, that's sort of what I did say before, like 5 cents plus. So remember that from previous updates. But yeah, I didn't actually have this on the chart. I should probably add that as a key resistance level on the chart. That's structural resistance. That would be my first target, sort of the 5 cent level. And then above that, we've got 5.4 cents and 6.2 cents as next upside Fibonacci levels to watch. I think it's an interesting setup, especially if it comes down a little bit lower. It increases the reward to risk ratio, depending on where you would want to stop out. Ideally, we get a bit of an upside move, a breakout above the trend line, and you can at least set a stop below the last swing low. But for now, it still seems to be bleeding a little bit as we're heading into the weekend, wrapping up Friday. So yeah, no impulse to the upside visible, no confirmation the correction is over. We need more patience. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.